and that's good for me and you. Roope and Rumsey is their name. Chatting about things from the latest game. Roope and Rumsey, oh Roope and Rumsey. It's time for Roope and Rumsey.
All right, well, welcome to the R&R Show. Sit back and relax and enjoy the best little sports show ever. I'm your host, Michael Roope. This is my co-host, William Rumsey. Hello, William.
Howdy.
All right, well, today we have got a great segment in store for everybody at home. We have got the top 7 sports TV characters, not from movies, but from television series. And this was, again, a lot of fun for me to do. Brought back some great memories from some sports characters I grew up kind of with. And, without further ado, let's just jump right in here. Who do you have at your number 7?
Coach Hayden Fox.
Coach Hayden, he may be on my list.
Yeah.
So I think we may have talked about it with one Rick
We
Baker.
did, Spike.
Yes,
Damn
but
it.
yes, what did you love about Hayden?
Yeah, so Coach was, it was a TV show I watched back with my parents. My dad loved it. So I don't have like super good memories. I just know I really, really like that show.
It was a great show.
His interactions with Luther and Dauber, just the comedic relief with those two.
Yep.
And then the best scene that I do remember, the one that sticks out in my head, is when he invited Troy Aikman. Do you remember this?
Oh, no, I don't.
So he invited Troy Aikman to his house because he and his wife couldn't conceive.
Okay.
And he wanted Troy Aikman to be the sperm donor.
I'll
never forget it.
I will. I don't. When did that series go off the air? So Aikman had to been pretty early in his career.
Yeah, he was a young guy.
Yeah.
And I just remember he invited Troy without letting his wife know and just threw it on both of them. His wife was livid.
He wanted a super
quarterback. He wanted yeah, so that great show. Great show.
That's a good number 7. And I'll go a little bit more in detail when I get to my pick on here. But my number 7 is one George Costanza.
Oh.
Was George on your list?
He's not.
Yes.
But
yes.
I like the creativity.
Yes. A little bit outside the box. He was the assistant to the traveling secretary for a wildly popular show called Seinfeld. One of mine and yours all-time favorites. If for the young viewers at home, if you've not seen Seinfeld, I encourage you to go back and watch, because Seinfeld is one of the best all-time shows, and nobody exemplified what the great show was more than one George Costanza.
Yeah, I just remember the scenes where he'd go in and talk to Steinbrenner.
And Steinbrenner,
they just put Steinbrenner's back in his head and just yelling at George. And then the other one that sticks out in my mind is when he wanted to take naps underneath his desk.
Yep. Yes.
And at Yankee Stadium.
Yes. Well,
used a timer, and that was shenanigans.
Or the one where he had switched the T-shirts where the Yankees, he switched them to 100% cotton. Do you remember that? And they all shrunk, all the shirts and that shrunk. But anyway, he was I tell you what, a little bit outside the box, but for me, George Costanza, as far as a sports figure, again, not much of one, but he was an assistant to the traveling secretary.
And that kind of, that's great. Because it's limited on TV show. Now, if we could expand this to movies like we were talking about, we would.
There's a lot of great characters.
But TV's kind of boxed it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So who do you got for your number 6?
I have Sam Malone.
He may be on my list.
Really?
Mayday Malone, yes.
Yeah, Mr. Ted Danson. So he was a relief pitcher in the show for the Boston Red Sox.
Yep.
Now, just looking through a Wikipedia page, they kind of put, the history of his career. Yes. He apparently pitched on the 1975 AL champion Red Sox.
The Red Sox, yes.
And that is the World Series that the Reds won.
Yep.
But the thing, I don't understand, like, they continue throughout history making a big deal of Carlton Fisk's home run in Game 6 to win.
Yep.
But then they didn't win the series.
No.
And that always gets the pub.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the iconic moment. But the obviously the ending of that story did not fare well for the Red Sox.
No.
They ended up losing, and the Red Sox jumped out, or the Reds jumped out early in that Game 7 and never looked back.
Yeah.
So.
And apparently, what I thought was interesting too, they originally wrote that he was going to be a former New England Patriots wide receiver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they switched it to I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Cheers was an all-time great.
You know, I know this probably isn't very PC, and I don't know how this. He was a ladies' man.
He was.
That was the first. He was kind of my first hero.
Yeah, very much a ladies' man. One Sam Mayday Malone.
Yes.
So my number 6 is just somebody that you had just mentioned, and that was Coach Hayden Fox. You've kind of already touched on it. He was the head coach of the Minnesota State Screaming Eagles.
Yes.
And you know what was great about that show is he actually played in the movie All the Right Moves with Tom Cruise, and I think that really kind of parlayed him to that TV series because that character that he played in that movie is pretty much the same as what he had there. So again, one of the all-time great shows. I can still remember watching it as a kid, and I believe it might have started in like 89, so heck, you were real young.
I was 9.
Yeah. So 89, that would have put me at like 14, so, I kind of grasped it a little bit more. But yeah, great TV show.
So do you think he's known more for Coach or Poltergeist?
Oh, wow. That's tough. I mean, it just depends if, that's kind of tough. Or is it All the Right Moves?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's tough. What do you guys think of him? So who we got for your number 5?
I have Mr. Tim Riggins.
Tim Riggins.
Taylor Kish,
yes.
Friday Night Lights.
Yes. I know that's something near and dear to your heart.
It is. Texas forever, baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
The funny thing about that show is, now did you watch it live while it was on TV?
I did not.
I did not either.
I binged it, so I rolled through it pretty quickly. I bet it. Would they have 5 seasons?
Oh no, they had more
7?
than that. I think 10.
No,
maybe. We'll have to look that up. We'll get that back.
I think it's 7.
And so, regardless, a ton of seasons.
Yeah, a ton of seasons.
And I also binge watched like you during my neck surgery. I ended up watching.
Yeah.
What'd you love about?
And he would probably be higher, but he slept with his best friend's girlfriend.
That's going to knock you down, whether in movies or in life.
Yeah, right. But the scene that always sticks out in my head, and there were multiple with Tim Riggins, is when his last football game, he left his cleats on the field.
Yep.
That tugged at the heartstrings.
Yep. What a hard-nosed player.
Yeah, and he, just actual Taylor Kish, he was actually, they were talking after Friday Night Lights, he was going to be a major movie star. And it just never happened for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did some I think he did Battleship. There were a couple other movies he did. They thought he was going to. He just never.
Well,
but the one thing that he did do, that was apparently I've not watched all, is the show Waco, where he is David Koresh.
Okay.
So apparently he just needs to stick to Texas stuff.
Yeah. Well, apparently. Depending on how he wrote that contract, if he gets royalties for it being rewatched, because a lot of those stars write those in the contract. If he was smart, hopefully he was. He's still getting quite a bit of money, derived from that show. So that's a good one. My number 5. Now this is kind of a group number 5, and it was the characters from the wildly successful television show The League. Again, thinking outside the box, sports. This is a fantasy sports, league, and boy, you've seen some of the show.
I have not.
Oh, you have not?
You're supposed to give me the DVDs, but I've not.
Oh, yeah, Big Country, get those too.
Yeah.
But The League, if you guys have not seen The League, I encourage you. If you play fantasy sports, you have to watch that show. One of the funniest, well-written shows, and it's all centered around fantasy football. Some of the characters, we've got Pete, Kevin, Ruxin, Andre, Taco, Jenny. I mean, probably if I had to pick 2 characters from that group, it would be Ruxin and Taco. I won't dive in it too much, but those guys, if you're in any fantasy football leagues, you can definitely relate to this show because each one of those characters, you have one of these guys in said league. So, unbelievable show. I'll get that to you.
I feel like I now have a homework assignment.
Yes,
First
yes.
R&R homework
Yes,
assignment.
and not only from you, but the viewers at home.
Yeah,
if you have not
I
seen the
feel
league,
bad.
please watch it. If you have, I'd like to hear what your thoughts is on it. So,
Yeah.
who do you got for your number 4?
Continuing a Friday Night Lights theme, Matt Saracen.
Yes.
Zach Gilford.
Yes.
QB1.
Yes, absolutely.
QB1. Man, that guy is just a well-written character in a TV show. I mean, he just had troubles and had to overcome so many things.
Yep.
From episode 1 where, Jason Street, all-world QB, got hurt. He had, broke his neck. He had to come in for him, took over the team. Phenomenal character. I mean, he had to take care of his grandmother who had dementia. His dad was in the war, came back for him, and then left for the war again, which led to,
He didn't have it easy.
No, I think it led to the last time I actually shed tears. Was the shower scene with Coach Taylor.
Yeah.
Where's
this going?
Oh, damn. Oh God!
I hope we're not having a Jerry Sandusky moment here, please.
No. Oh, jeez.
So go ahead.
Jesus Christ. I don't even know where to go. Anyway, Saracen was having a hard time. I think he was drunk. Coach Taylor put him in the shower to dry him out.
Okay.
Basically, Matt Saracen, am I blushing?
I think
Matt Saracen asked Coach Taylor why everybody left him.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody in his life left him. It was just a gut-wrenching scene,
And again, for the viewers at home that have not seen Friday Night Lights, obviously it's a a central focus already having 2, and I don't know. I'm suspecting you may have another 1 or 2 in there. So again, great show. Number 4, you've already touched on him. Was one Sam Mayday Malone.
Yeah.
Again, growing up as a kid. I don't even know when this thing started. It had to be the early 80s. I would assume Cheers started.
Yeah, I think 83.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was like 8 and Cheers.
I'm just shooting from the hip on
Well,
that.
Cheers was in a lot of people's households at that time. And again, what made it 82? Actually, I wrote that down. It was 82. It aired for 11 seasons. So Mayday Malone was in our lives for quite a long time. And obviously being, like you had said, the ladies' man, that was a great character that I was drawn to. His chemistry with one Shelley Long, she played the character of Diane on that show was just great theater. And just the way, those characters interacted with him being the center. It was just great. So
now, if you could choose one for your wife, would you choose Shelley Long, Diane, or Kirstie Alley?
wow, I would go with Shelley Long.
There we go.
Yeah, no, Kirstie Alley, out of here. So, all right. So who do we got? Number 3. We're in the top 3, guys. All right, what do we got here?
Hopefully, we don't have a shower scene in this.
Oh boy.
Oh, actually, we did. We
did.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap up my Friday Night Lights run with actually Coach Taylor.
All right. Hey,
Kyle
someone that looks like you.
Yes.
Yes.
We did have a pretty good-looking gal at a golf course tell me I look like Coach Taylor.
Yes.
And, ever since then, that's what I tell her.
Yep.
That's who I
Coach Taylor. Yes.
Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
That's one of the iconic sayings there.
Yeah, the Dillon Panthers, obviously with 3 in a row on my list, pulled at the heartstrings for me. Do you know his first name? Do you remember his first name
I do not.
in the show? Yeah, I didn't either. It was Eric.
Eric
Taylor.
I do now. Now that you say it.
Yeah. But no, I think John and Gladys Rumsey and Tammy and Coach Taylor's relationship, they kind of...
Oh, they're parallel.
I'm 40 and single, but if I ever get married, they would be my role models.
Oh, okay. Very
Jim
nice.
Buckberger, 40
Ah,
and single.
that's right. Well, listen, that's again, I knew Friday Night Lights would probably be very prevalent on your list.
It's probably a top 2 show for me. I mean, all overall, not.
And you may be surprised by this. No Friday Night Lights made my list.
I just
How's that even
I don't
possible?
know. Probably. I don't know.
Well, listen, we'll dive into it. But Coach Taylor is a great one.
Yeah.
Like you had just said, clear eyes, full heart, can't lose.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a great, iconic saying, and we still have fun with it today. So,
we do.
Number 3 for me is one Johnny Lawrence. Now, for the viewers at home that have not seen the wildly popular now TV spin-off Cobra Kai, you need to watch it because it is great stuff. Johnny Lawrence in this one is basically the good guy. It's great. Cobra Kai is a spin-off from Karate Kid, and it basically portrays Daniel LaRusso as the evil one, and basically Johnny lost to Daniel LaRusso with his illegal kick. The crane kick was illegal, and it's a big play on it. But if you have not had a chance to watch the TV show Cobra Kai, I recommend it. Very good.
I have not. That'll be on my list.
The karate more homework assignments.
Yes, man.
Yes.
We'll be busy. Well, if we don't get sports soon.
Yeah.
But no, Karate Kid was on the top 10, made my top 10 movies, sports movies of all time, so I assumed that I would love the
Cobra Kai, I love to spin because, I'm always more drawn to the bad guys, and Johnny Lawrence, and it's really well written. Yeah. I didn't think I'd like it, but because, a lot of secondary stuff usually loses its luster, but in this case it did not. Yeah. So, who do you got as your number 2?
Let's rock.
All right.
Mr. Al Bundy.
Yes. He may have made my list too.
Oh, let's see. 2 and 1.
Well, I'm just going to stop right there. We're going to do a joint one because that is my number 2.
Okay,
also.
good.
So
very nice.
Actually, that's nice.
I wonder if number 1's the same too.
It may be.
I think it probably is. I haven't seen your list, but yeah, man, Al Bundy.
Well, listen, Al Bundy.
I almost had a tie at 1.
Okay.
Like when I originally started, but I thought that,
I always had Al at 1 too because Al Bundy was such a fixture in our lives growing up, and as a polk high,
4 touchdowns. The running joke throughout that whole series, just phenomenal.
Yes.
So I have a theory that Al Bundy. Well, no, never mind. I'll save this for number 1.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, listen, to me, Al Bundy, as you had mentioned, the 4 touchdowns in one game. I feel like we all have a little Al Bundy in us. Anybody that played sports, at a pretty high level, in any sport.
I never played at a high level.
Well, but regardless, most people want to hold on to something they did great in the past, and I'm no different. And
did you ever score 4 touchdowns on one
I
game?
did. Yes.
How many times?
3 times.
Oh,
maybe.
That's way more than Al Bundy.
Oh, well, but again. Everybody has a little Al Bundy in them. So
the funniest line that I went back and kind of watched some lines and read about some lines. He said, "Let me tell you something. I served my country. I played high school football."
Hey, and that's a true statement.
Man.
And you know what? And then the iconic, putting the old hand down the old pants as you relax. I mean, that's most middle-aged Americanos that played sports.
Yeah, yeah. Another funny line. So Peggy said, "Hey Al, do you miss me?" And he said, "With every bullet so far." I thought that was great.
Ed O'Neill was he's a really good character in a couple different shows. But now, without further ado, who do you have as your number 1 sports figure of all time?
Can we say the F word?
Oh boy, I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, can we say it?
Just say effing.
Kenny effing Powers.
That's right.
Yes.
Hey, the funny
is that your number 1?
It is not.
What?
No!
Holy shit.
Hey, listen. He is on my honorable mention with a few of the Friday Night Lights. I mean, again.
Dear God.
Yeah, I mean, I had Kenny Effin Powers and Coach Taylor and Mox as honorable mentions. But go ahead.
Okay.
I love Kenny Effin Powers.
Right. So, this may... Thought about it between him and Al Bundy. This may be a little recency bias.
Yeah.
But my theory, what I was going to get at is, I think Al Bundy is Kenny Powers' dad.
That's probably.
I think Kenny is a bastard child of Al
That
Bundy.
very well could be. You know, they could do a spin-off of that.
Yeah, so no, just the opening scene of Eastbound and Down, where he's in there taking his test to become a substitute teacher. That guy's razzing him, walks outside, that guy says one more thing, turns on and knocks him out. This is my show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just hit, when my ass was 19 years old, I changed the face of professional baseball. I was handed the keys to the kingdom, multi-million-dollar deals, endorsements. Everybody wanted a piece of my shit. Kenny Powers, number one. I don't care who your number one is.
Hey, well, Kenny Effin Powers is a great, obviously, choice. You know, if you've not seen that show, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Even I believe when Jason Sullivan had him as his team name in the baseball league.
Yeah, and I had more quotes, but they're probably.
A little risque.
Since I wasn't allowed to say the F-bomb, we probably don't need to put
Yeah, a little
these in.
risque. But again, Kenny Effin Powers, great number one. My number one, it didn't make your list, obviously. Oh, man.
Did I forget somebody?
One Spencer Strassmore from the TV show Ballers.
Yeah.
Played by The Rock. He's a sports agent. Love the Rock, because anything he does is usually turns to gold. But Spencer Strassmore, unbelievable. For you for those at home that does not know, I went to actually college to be a sports agent because that's the movie Jerry Maguire came out, and boy, that really drawn to me. And this kind of plays off Jerry Maguire, but actually goes. Have you seen the show?
I have not. I've seen the first couple episodes.
Boy. Wow, man, more homework. Spencer Strassmore in the show Ballers. It's unbelievable. They bring in a lot of top-tier athletes, but it is well-written, obviously well-acted. If you guys have not seen it, Spencer Strassmore is a must. And again, it centers around him being a sports agent and kind of the underbelly of the sports world and how these things go. And it's really great. So again, where were we wrong? Where were we right? Please tell us at home your guys' list. Give us your top 7. One other one, honorable mention that I wanted to find a spot for, but I could not. And that's one Kelly Kapowski from Saved by the Bell. She was a volleyball phenom. We wanted to get you on, Kelly Kapowski, but we could not.
Well, then I would go A.C. Slater.
Oh, A.C. Slater. That's a great choice. Saved by the Bell was a great show.
I can't believe he didn't make my top 7.
Well, you know, and again, I had the Coach Taylor.
Do we want to do a Woe Bayside?
Oh, yeah. We may. There's a lot of people at home that I know loved Saved by the Bell. But again, share with William and I who your guys' top 7 is. And again, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks.